chest back up toward the ceiling. Now, if you have your hands in your lap, you can drive your elbows down into your lap so that you can get a counterpoint to lift your chest a little bit higher. And just have that imagery of your chest opening up like doors. Exhale back. And 3 times. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Reach your mid back, roll your shoulders. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. One more time, we're going to do our biggest inhale this time. Inhale through the nose. Keep on inhaling. Keep on lifting. One more gulp of air. Exhale through the mouth. Squeeze all the way back this time. Mid back towards the chair. Roll your shoulders forward. Pull your navel towards your spine. And relax back to center. Okay, those are the easy directions to do. Easier. Easier than the lateral ones. Now, if you have somebody that you know next to you, put your arm around them. If you don't have somebody that you know, introduce yourself before you put your arm around them. Okay. Now, this is in the West Coast they call this kumbaya drill. What I want you to do is keeping both of your sits bones, the bones that you're sitting on, keep both of them flat. So don't lift up like you're trying to get your wallet out of your back pocket. Keep both sits bones flat. And move your chest, your floating ribs, to the right. Everybody's starting to go to the left already. Okay. Move to the left. Now as you do this, when you move to the left, drop down your right shoulder. Press it down towards your hip, but keep those sits bones flat. Don't let your hip pop up. You want to keep your wallet flat to the chair. And move back to the right and to the left. And we're going to do this 3 times. So exhale to the right. No. Okay, you don't have to sing. Sorry. And you don't want to hear me sing. Okay. One more time each side. Okay, relax your shoulders down. Now those are the 4 directions. I'm going to take you through a circle. It's important to do chest circles because in the thoracic vertebra, we tend to have hitches in the X marks, in the corners. That's where we lose range of motion. Because we'll move to the side, we'll move front and back to bend. But we don't move into the full range of motion, so we lose the lubrication, the fluidity in our. Trust me, that one, it's not a skill. It's something that you have inherently. I know it looks like I should have techno music up here, right? Doing the full range of motion. It's what we're born with, right? And we lose it over time. Now, I do long flights. Like I just got back from Italy, and I forget what time zone it is. Sometimes you have to ask permission. Buddy, my mid-back's a little bit tight. I'm going to do some circles on my chest so you're not disturbed. Because when you do pelvic circles and you're in a plane chair, it looks like you have tapeworm or you don't even know what's going on. You have to be... It looks a little strange, but it's our inherent movement. So let's start by inhaling through the nose, lift our chest all the way up, chin down, and we'll move over to the right like we did before, both sits bones flat. We'll move to the rear, bury your mid-back into the chair and slightly tuck your tailbone. Move to the left, both sits bones flat. Inhale forward. Exhale to the right, mid-back to the chair, to the left, inhale back forward. You're getting it. Keep your head in one place if you can. 10 more minutes. I'm going to get us down to our pelvis. We're going to do a little Elvis pelvis before we leave. Okay. To the rear, mid-back, left, inhale back forward. And we're going to go the opposite direction, 3 repetitions. So to the left, exhale to the rear, pull your navel towards your spine. To the right, inhale back forward, heart toward the ceiling. To the left, rear, exhale, navel to spine. To the right, inhale forward. One more time. Left, rear, good job. Right, and back forward. Okay, come back to center. Now, even if you only did 3 repetitions in the morning, that's sufficient to send lubrication, to send nutrition into our joints. If you're in one position for a long time, you want to make sure that those stabilized points are lubricated. So if you're seated in a chair, or even more so, on the couch, for an extended amount of time, the points that are stabilized, like right now, mid-back, lower back, and neck, and knees, these are the points we have to send lubrication into. So even if you just push back into the cushion and worked on 3 repetitions at the top of every hour, that's sufficient to keep you from getting the creep. You know what I mean by the creep? Where the muscles start to creep up and start to spasm. Right? If you just did that much, it will start to abolish the pain. And if you do it every day for a couple weeks, you know what it's like to try and describe what life would be to someone who smokes. My grandmother used to smoke 2 packs of cigarettes a day. Actually on one match, end to end. End to end. And I tried to describe him. She passed away because of it. But I tried to describe to her what the quality of life would be if she could breathe. And trying to describe that quality of life is something it's very difficult to do. When you lose range of motion, for me it's very frightening. When I do occasionally herniate a disc, because it's easy for my joints to do it. And I move too fast, or I'm in the wrong sport. I should be playing checkers, but I'm a fighter. Right? But if I move in the wrong way, the joint goes. So then the pain comes. In order to recover from that, that's what mobilizing this will do. It'll help abolish the pain, because it's frightening to suddenly lose movement and be wrapped in that corset of agony. Okay, I promised elbows pelvis, so we're going to do it. Even in your chair, I want you to start by tucking your tailbone underneath. Imagine that you're rolling it up towards your armpits. So keep tucking underneath, and you know you have the tuck when you can squeeze your cheeks together. Okay? I want you to imagine rolling underneath and then pinching together as much as you can. Like my daughter likes to describe this as s'il vous plaît oitlet. Okay? So tuck underneath and squeeze as tightly as you can. Okay? Then inhale through the nose and arch your tailbone. In this chair, try and point your tailbone down through that little crevasse. Just tuck it out. Lift your chest slightly. Now if you feel any cramping, just don't go so deep, but we have to get lubrication underneath that thick ligament here. Exhale through the mouth and then tuck back underneath, and we're going to create space. By tucking underneath, we create space and the lubrication can rush back underneath here, because usually it gets really thick, really dense, and that's where it starts to hurt our lower back. That's where we start to have herniation. If you do this standing, you can pull your pants up. Okay, but you really have to tuck underneath. Inhale through the nose, arch all the way back. If you can, roll your shoulders down into your hips, and you'll get a little bit deeper. Last one, exhale through the mouth and tuck all the way underneath. Inhale back. Again, and if you come back to center, this is a godsend. And if you're on long trips in the car, right, to just get lubrication underneath that big thoracolumbar ligament. It's really important to help pick up inflammation in our lumbar discs. Right. Not everybody carries a wallet in the back pocket, nor should you, because that slight little change in our sits bones over time becomes an adjustment that happens to our hips. If you're having lower back pains or little pins and needles running down the back of your leg, if you do have anything in your back pocket, or if you have any type of buttons that you wear regularly on your back pockets, consider taking them off, because that little pressure is sufficient to cause this referred pain. Okay, little sidebar. Now, imagine that you have something in your pocket. Lean over to a side so that you could reach back.